Yay! In this video, we're going to look at something that is often seen as the key activity of project managers. We're going to look at schedule management, which is another knowledge area of project management according to the PMBOK Guide Project Management Book of Knowledge. Now, schedule management or time management is all around understanding your project timeline. So if we said our project is initiated, planned, executed, and then closed out, and it's set between a start and an end date, we want to make sure that all the activities that we've outlined in our work breakdown structure, so in our list of activities, will fit between the start and the end date. If that's not the case, we need to revisit our scope document and our project charter and talk to our sponsor that maybe the time is not enough for us to do the project and we have to tweak one of the other two areas of the iron triangle. But if it fits in, we want to optimize for that. So a couple of important things we need to understand when it comes to schedule management is that in order to translate your scope document into the schedule, we need to look at the work breakdown structure and estimate times for each of the activities that need to happen in order to complete our final product of the project. Now, estimation can be done in various different ways. My favorite ways to estimate time for tasks is ask other people. So I like to speak to a couple of experienced experts in order to understand the effort involved in the tasks that need to be done. It can be done by asking vendors for quotes. It can be done by coming together as an SME group and having a conversation about it. Just know that we are all just poor guesstimators, and Agile as project management has really made a bit of a fun game out of like estimating task effort. The better you know your team, the better you know the project and what you're already doing, the better you will be at estimating the correct time. But people are not computers or robots. They will need different timing every time when they do an activity. They don't perform the exact same way. Also, be very careful when you create your project schedule not to forget that there are things like holidays. Christmas often comes as a surprise to people, or public holidays, school holidays that may affect your project team as well. Or if you work in different industries, you might need to take into account rosters or other dependent projects as well when you do your time estimate. The other thing you need to do in order to translate your work breakdown into a schedule is you need to understand dependencies. Certain tasks cannot be performed until another task is completed, or other tasks need to be performed at the same time, or other tasks can be performed independently. So once you understand your dependencies, you can optimize the timing for tasks to happen, and you don't have that sequential A to Z kind of rollout of your work breakdown anymore, where everything has to happen one after the other. Remember, a project is done by a project team. If working Scrum and Agile, it says always more than 3 people. So there should be certain tasks that can happen at the same time, whereas others may have to wait for another task to be done. So you put your estimates in, you put your dependencies in, and you understand your finish and start kind of relationships between tasks. And now if you are working in MS Project or another software, your computer system will automatically create your Gantt chart. The Gantt chart is a flipped over kind of bar chart, and it will show you the length of each time between finishing the task and how they roll out from start to finish in your project. Some tasks will have a little bit of wiggle room because they could be started earlier or they could be started later, and that wiggle room is what we call slack or float. It is that little bit of, I guess, extra time that we have in order to roll with the challenges that we will meet in our execution phase. Other tasks will have zero wiggle room, and as we roll them out along our Gantt chart, we will see that they kind of make the critical path. The critical path is the shortest possible time that your project can take. There is no movement. As soon as any task that is on the critical path is delayed, the entire project will get derailed and will get delayed. So that is also very important for you to understand when you do your schedule management and when you create your timeline for your project. As a good rule of thumb, you should always have a contingency in your time estimates, because there are going to be things that you haven't foreseen. So you want to build a little bit of float into your critical path as well, and renegotiate any timelines if so needs be with your project scope sponsor, because you won't be succeeding with your project if you cut that too tight. That is probably all I wanted to say about the project schedule in this video. I hope this was beneficial for you and helps you to set up your first project schedule or improve on your project schedule if you've been doing this for a while. Leave some comments below about your experience, and I'll see you in the next video.